Welcome to this 8th video in the series of how to make a video game. My name is Doug Moses, and we're going to talk today about the game design document. A game design document is the core details of what a game is about, and we kind of go over things. So I'm actually on this site here today called christiandevs.com, and what we've done since the last meeting here and video is that we've partnered up with Christian Devs to help make the game as well. So we have a larger audience of people, more people to help us out, and it's a great thing for the Christian community. We're kind of rallying around a single game here for this year. Christian Devs is a game development site as well. Now they're doing a speed game. So they're working on people that want to make games in less than 2 weeks, I think. And it's a great thing to really, if you're into speed programming, to help out. It's going on right now at this point. But what I'm going to show you here on the site is really, I've posted all the stuff on their forums because we're going to be partnering them. They're going to be our kind of our launching pad to the details. We'll do all this stuff through their forums, and a lot of stuff we'll still do, like I'm saying, on the FTP sites. We'll upload files to FTP on Christ Games, but we'll kind of partner back and forth. So if you go to the site, christiandevs.com, sign up for it for some of the forums, poke around. It's a lot of good stuff in here. But what we'll do is just go right to the discussion forums. And if you go in here on this page, and you see this community game forum that they've got here, so we click inside there. And you'll see we have different games over the years. They try to do one every year. And so we become the 2016 game to support. We're kind of late in the game, so to speak, in the year, but we're going to try if we can finish this up for 2016 for Spirit Heroes. So first thing what you want to do is you want to go into this announcements page, and it'll tell you all about the game. It'll show a picture of the Spirit Heroes, some details about the game, and some of the stuff that we've already talked about in previous videos about project management and how we kind of work in Christ Games here. So we're working through this forum through the Christian Developer Network to help create this game, and I'm just going to show today, really going to go over the game design document. So once you go in here, you kind of look through some stuff on this forum page, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. You have some videos, previous videos that we had created here. This game design document is what we're going to talk about right now. It's really the details of a game, and I'll kind of show that here. So if we go into the game design document, it's a PDF. You'll see it's a 13-page document. That's not really a long document. Now, sometimes game design documents are only a page. Some of them are thousands of pages. It depends on how complicated the game is. So this one's really not complicated at all. We're going to go for somewhat simplicity to create a game that we can actually create in the next few months here. So that's the goal, is to get it done by the end of the 2016. And we're starting to get a lot of partners now with I think almost half a dozen or a dozen or so people that have joined the team, and it's growing every day. So I feel really blessed that we're going to get this thing out of here very shortly. So basically, what I want to show today is really just the game design document. It's a kind of a formal document that says if you want to build something, you want to build a house, you have to have blueprints and stuff. So this is what a game comes with, is a game design document. You may hear another technical term more. It's a technical design document. Those are more detailed, usually around the developer side of things. So it'll show flow charts and subroutines and all the good stuff. Well, the game design document doesn't get into all that kind of stuff. It's really just a high level concept, proof of concept, so to speak, here for the game. So I'm not going to go through every little page of this stuff, but kind of just going to show you the high level. So the reason why I'm showing it on a video is kind of a lot of people, and myself included, is we're visual people. You want to be seeing something, showing something, and it makes it a little more real, and I learn it a lot better. So instead of just giving you a document, say here, read it and figure it out, we're going to go through this a little bit at a high level, and I'll do some commentary around it, and that way you kind of understand where we're heading with this game. So the first part of it really comes down and tells you a very brief description. It's it's a page long here about the game, and the core of this, it's a 2D parallax scrolling game. So what does that mean? to me, it's basically a game that's kind of similar to, if you know, like Super Mario Brothers and those that's kind of scroll left and right. And so we kind of did some of the details on that on the previous videos, but this is that's the core of the game. So it's the very basics of what we're trying to do here, and it's going to have two different modes. One's going to be kind of story mode, because this is based on books. And so the story mode section will, kind of have a little bit of a book type play, where it'll step through some of the core pieces of the concepts of the game, of the books, and then the regular will be the parallax scrolling with the boss character that you beat and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of standard with that. So really, what I want to kind of show you here is just kind of go through this document and kind of tell you the pieces of it, the parts of it that kind of are highlighted and things. So the game is based, it's a Christian game because it's based on Christian books, and I put the ages of 5 to 10. I'm not sure. I think Erica gave me the actual range she wants. It might be 8 to 4 to 12 or something. I can't remember, but it's somewhere in that range. It's a children's book, a children kind of game where we're looking for it. Something that a child can play and be happy with. So we're not going to go into hardcore, blood and guts and all that stuff for this game, because that's not something we want to do here. But it'll be, very Disney-fied, if that's the word. And so this game also, we're looking for mainly targeting Android and Apple for the iPads and the various mobile devices like that. And the reason why we're doing that is because a lot of kids nowadays, and I don't have any children myself, but so apparently every kid in the world here just about now has an iPad of some kind, or some kind of Android device, a tablet that does things. So this is kind of our target market is the children. So we're looking at putting this on where the kids can play it on their tablets. So we'll go down through here. We get into some of the characters. So that kind of give you a little bit about the game itself. But what we want to do is start focusing on some of the characters. And so this is the core characters we have now. Now they may expand over time as more books are written. But the first, middle section here, the guy on the end here and the guy on this end are kind of extra players. They're not really the core Spirit Heroes team. So these people are, still important in the game, but they're only for one book. So each one of these have their own book, and as well as this girl here, her name's Hope, has her own book. So the core team is really these 5 folks here. If you look at it, and then we add on one on the second story to do that. So what we're going to do at the first of the game is really when you go into the game, it'll be a person clicking on a character. They want to pick one of these characters. And when they go to the character screen, they'll pick up a character, and it'll come up with some details behind that. It'll have, like, in this case, Buddy has, some of the stuff is going to, I'm supposed to say purple shirt and stuff. Actually, he doesn't have a purple shirt, but I didn't change that. But it says Buddy here, and then some of his details, but it has his name. Each of these people, these Spirit Heroes, have a pseudo name. So, and where they are their player name. So Buddy is called Comrade Captain. So every level you'll be able to pick one of these characters to play, and each character has their own abilities. Just like if you look down here, this is the assignment that was given by GOD Commander, which is the main character that's kind of driving all these people to do different things and asking them to go and save the world, and so at different episodes in the books. So GOD Commander will tell the Spirit Heroes, go on this mission, and so on, and they'll go out and try to fulfill GOD Commander's the mission here. And in this case, Buddy, he was given an assignment by GOD Commander. All these people were given an assignment. So in this case, his says, remind the world that there's a friend that has promised to never leave them, and so on. So his his special abilities might be that he's more of a nurturing person, a friend. He's your buddy, so to speak. So each one of these have their own little twists and styles and things. So, like for example, let's see. Ada, her name is Princess P. So I get the impression that she's more of a girly girl. So she's out there. So if a girl wants to play Ada, she'd be more, I would think, more the dress up and the girly kind of girl versus the tomboy kind of thing. And of course, you can read her about her assignments and stuff. And her name is Princess P. But each one of these characters have a name, and so you'll be playing kind of like when you play, Power Rangers, you're the Blue Ranger or the Red Ranger, and if you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or some other characters, you'll pick those different characters just like this in the game and play the game as that character, and they'll have the different abilities as they go through there. And we're not going to go into the abilities yet on this game design document. We'll get that more into like the technical design document and some of the things as we go along with the game. So right now we're going to just create, with this part of it is really just a single menu item where we're going to pick the players and tell them a little bit about their self, and they'll have like a voiceover as well for each one of these. They'll say, either a prayer or something that they say, type of deal. So that's the characters. So now we got the monsters. So in any kind of game, normally you have a good and evil. So this is the evil folks. So they're hopefully not too scary because we're gearing us toward a child level type things, but they're kind of cartoony. And you'll see the pictures of the monsters in the book. So when you download the books themselves, or buy the books, you'll be able to see the pictures of the monsters here, and we'll post a little bit more of those monsters as we go along, and the artwork and stuff. So it really comes down to each book has its own monster. And they're based on a human, I guess, emotion or a fault in the human abilities. So what they're going to do is they're going to have their weakness is going to be faith, like in this case, salt and sickness, and their strength is going to be doubt. So they're going to have a strength and a weakness. So you can as you battle them, they'll grow in certain things, and they'll reduce their self in other things. So their faith meter, or their power meter, what we call it here, is going to be driven by a couple of different things. So this kind of section just kind of tells you a little bit about that section, what the power ups and the power downs are going to be for each of the monsters. So as we go through here, we'll be able to elaborate more on this, but this is kind of just a high level, so you kind of get a basics of what's going on. So this here is the pictures of the actual books, the book covers. So each, we got into this section I'm called the environment. The environment is basically a level. So each one of these are a level, and they'll have a section. So I gave a little bit overview of what the level is about, so you kind of will understand it. So we'll do some artwork where we'll do various scenes, and they'll scroll left and right with the character, and that's going to be all based on each one of these books here. And anyway, so it kind of tells you a little bit about it. So if you want to read through some of these here, I don't want to go into detail with it, but each one of them have a story. In this case, for the story of Hope, it's a very good story. It's about a little girl who has cancer and is in the hospital, and the spirit heroes come to help her, feel better, and she gets cured. So it's a very touching story. So you'll be able to read those in the books, and anyway, so it's a good thing. So each one of these have a story, and that's what I'm going to do behind the scenes. Kind of overlaying the actual 2D scrolling part of it. And between that, we'll have some storyline and audio that goes along with that. Kind of goes with the book. And so as you make it through a level, you'll think, wow, this is just a compliment to the book. Basically, it's a book in electronic format with interactive stuff. So that's kind of what we're going to be trying to get here as our accomplishments for this game. And then, of course, after we get to that, We got some sections on how the game plays, and I kind of already went over that a little bit about the thing, the levels, and you can kind of read through here a little bit more detail. So each Spirit Heroes has a weapon, and these are it says conventional weapons as swords and all that stuff, but however the physical weapons are primarily symbolic. So we're not going to have a person stab another one and have some blood and guts coming out and all that bad stuff. We're going to have them, be a little bit more softer, and they're going to be doing some Bible verses and reciting things and that kind of stuff. And so at the end of the challenge, whenever you go up against a boss character, in this case the monsters are the boss characters, you will, it'll be the same physical ending where you defeat the boss character, but you're not actually killing him. You're just weakening him by making him see his own reflection in the mirror, so to speak, and be able to his downfalls, and that's going to be done through some Bible verses and some actual clashing of swords, but nothing that's going to be physically damaging to the player. And so then and of course we got talking about levels. Each one's a different book, and then we talked about the battles just now, and then we got physics. So physics is going to be real simple in this game. We're going to have walking, jumping, climbing, and falling. So that's really, it's going to be having very basic stuff. We're going to try to get through this game where we don't have too much physics. We're going to be swimming underwater and flying and all that kind of stuff. So we can get that later in the game if it becomes more complicated for version 2 or whatever we're going to build out here. But version 1, we're going to create it just with the basics, walking and stuff. Then I gave a little section in here about assets, so you kind of know what the assets will be like. Assets being the pictures and the sound and all that kind of stuff. So I gave a little section about each one of these that you can read in there and kind of go through it. And some voiceovers, so we're going to have quite a bit of voiceovers in there to go through, and so each of the characters will be like talking to you and stuff like that. So anyway, that's all I wanted to show you really here. It's really just a quick overview of the game design document, and I kind of want to do it in a visual way and kind of a somewhat give you a my interpretation of it. So it's not just a dry read of some document, and you kind of get some flair of how it's going to work here. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show you really for this video. Is just the game design document at a high level, and kind of what we're doing with the whole Christian Devs site. So again, just go to christiandevs.com, go to their forums page, and then go down here to community game, and this will tell you under the announcements page, and this will tell you all about the game itself, as far as what we're trying to do, and then you'll also have the game design document, which is what we're going to download here, and how we kind of do the whole project stuff. So my name is Doug. So if you want to join this game, if you're seeing this and you're not one of the people that's already on the team, and you want to join the team, just go to send me an email at doug@christgames.org, and I will get you hooked up with the team, and we're having some meetings every so often, face to face through video conferencing, and we'll go through that. So we'll teach you how to make this game. If you don't know how to make a game, we'll try to teach you all the pieces and the parts and the aspects of this whole game, from some video tutorials all the way through the beginning. So the goal of this is really to teach you, and when we're done with this project, hopefully we'll have a library of videos to kind of go through that you can go back through again and watch. We're going to teach you something. At the same time, we'll have a working game out at the end of it. And then we're also working with, this whole Christian Developer Network here as well. So we're expanding our horizons from just the Christ Games site and our volunteers there to now Christian Developer Network, and it's volunteers as well. So anybody that is out there is available to support this, we're welcoming you guys. So just send me an email and I'll get you hooked up. Okay, so that's all we wanted to say today to kind of get you started, and we'll start doing more videos after this one about the details of it and how the programming is going to go and how the graphics are going to happen, and give you samples along the way and little demos and stuff. So talk to you later, and you guys have a blessed day, and thanks for watching.